guys, Kim here of YugaTech, and Vivo has been releasing quite a few smartphones over the course of this year. And just when you thought they were done, they silently launched a new lower mid-range device called the Y95. So come on and join us for our full review. Okay, so as you can see, the Y95 is one of those smartphones that you can consider stylish and very 2018 due to its shiny gradient design. The one we have right now is the Aurora Red variant, which has the back in this red color that shows use of purple when you look at it from different angles. It's a glossy polycarbonate material, which we know attracts fingerprints and smudges a lot. So I suggest using a clear jelly case provided in the box. Here we find the dual 13+2 megapixel rear cameras and the fingerprint scanner, which works fast without any issues. Up front, we get a 6.22-inch display running at 1520 by 720 and has a notch with a water drop design similar to that of the OPPO F9, which houses the 20-megapixel front shooter and the call speaker that also serves as a secondary loudspeaker. Even with it, sound quality still isn't the best, but it's still decent. It can get loud, it's crisp, but lows are almost non-existent, which is of course expected from a smartphone. The display itself might be a deal breaker for some due to its large size but low resolution, especially if sharpness is the thing you value. Colors, however, are fairly accurate and vibrant, and viewing angles are good. In bright direct sunlight outdoors, it's still usable though, since it can get fairly bright. Even at 70%, it's all good. Now looking at ports, we have a slot for the triple card tray on the left, so that's 2 nano SIM cards and a micro SD card. And on the right, we have the volume and power buttons. Now the phone is fairly tall, but the buttons are in just the right spot to be reached easily. The buttons are clicky and tactile feeling, which I really like. And down at the bottom, we have the loudspeaker, microphone, headphone jack, and micro USB port. The Y95 feels good in the hands. It's both solid and premium feeling, even though we get polycarbonate material. But because of the way it looks, it feels like the body is made of aluminum. Okay, now moving on to the cameras. Again, the phone comes with 13 megapixel plus 2 megapixel rear shooters and 20 megapixel front shooter as seen in most Vivo phones. The camera software features HDR, portrait mode, dock mode, professional mode, panorama, face beauty, and AR stickers. Photos from the rear cameras look pretty decent under good lighting. Colors are accurate and sharpness is acceptable. But this is not the case when we move to low light conditions. The live view is blurry and muddy looking. Though the phone's AI technology smooths this out in post-processing, it gives much better quality than what you initially see, but the bright spots are still blown out. For the front camera, the same sentiments can be echoed, but we find the quality to be better under good lighting. Photos are very usable for social media purposes, even in low light. This is expected as Vivo is known for their selfie-centric phones. We can shoot videos up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. Raw quality is good, but we don't get any sort of stabilization, so our footage is ruined by the very prominent camera shake. Now, as we know, the Y95 costs about 14,000 pesos, and for this price, we get a very underwhelming set of internal hardware. We get a Snapdragon 439 CPU, Adreno 505 GPU, and 4GB of RAM. Simple tasks such as browsing, navigation, transferring files, multitasking are not a problem, but heavy loads like gaming with graphic-intensive apps is a laggy experience. Mobile Legends and PUBG Mobile are playable at low to medium settings, but come on. For this price, you should be able to get a Snapdragon 660 or Kirin 710. Taking a look at the benchmark scores, this is certainly evident. Powering the phone is a 4030 mAh battery, which is a really big capacity. Probably one of the good points of this device. Our video loop test lasted for 18 hours and 5 minutes, which is impressive and understandable given that the display is only 720p. The phone runs Android 8.1 Oreo skinned with FunTouch OS 4.5. As with typical Vivo UI, swiping from top to bottom shows the notifications, while sliding from bottom to top will show the shortcuts and toggles. Alright, so it's down to conclusion time. The Y95 will certainly attract consumers because of its large screen, 4GB of RAM, and its big battery most of all. But I just can't recommend it as much due to that low resolution display and lackluster price to performance ratio. I mean, at 13,999 pesos, I think it's way too much to ask for what you get. If that's the budget you have, you're probably better off with a Kirin 710 powered phone like the Huawei Y9 2019, or maybe a Snapdragon 660 powered phone like the Xiaomi Xiaomi Mi A2, which is also probably the best mid-range camera phone. But if you really want a Vivo phone, I would even just recommend the Vivo V9 over it, which provides better performance and probably better cameras for 14,499 pesos. What about you guys? Would you still go for the Vivo Y95? Is it worth the price for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you like this video, you know where the thumbs up button is. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to be notified of our future uploads, and be sure to visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Kim, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!